All right, I want you to picture this. Someone looks you dead in the eye and asks a really simple question. Would you rather do it this way or that way? You pause, you weigh the two paths in front of you, and you pick one. You feel like you just made your own decision, right? You feel totally in control. But what if I told you that you were just placed right in the hot seat of a carefully engineered cognitive trap? What if that very feeling of freedom, that deeply satisfying sensation of making a choice, was actually the trick itself? Welcome to today's Explainer, everyone. I am so excited to dive into this with you. Today, we're taking a formal, evidence-based look at a truly fascinating behavioral psychology concept, choice restriction. As your guide through this material, I promise you, once you understand the architecture of this specific kind of social pressure, you are literally going to see it everywhere. We're going to completely dismantle the illusion of choice piece by piece and look at the hard research to see how our options are constantly being curated to control outcomes, all while keeping up the perfect facade of your personal autonomy. Okay, let's quickly run through our syllabus for today's session. First up, we'll define the choice restriction paradigm. Second, we're analyzing some environmental case studies. Third, we'll look at the cognitive biases driving this false choice. Fourth, we've got a quick role-play exercise to spot the trap. And finally, number 5, some proactive interpersonal negotiation tactics.
Let's jump right into Module 1, the choice restriction paradigm.
So what is this really? Well, choice restriction is formally defined as offering someone a highly curated, very narrow set of options, specifically to hide the real choice. The person pulling the strings here ensures you feel entirely free, precisely because you're never actually allowed to see the full range of options that exist. Think of it like this. It's a great visual metaphor. Imagine you're standing in a hallway. Right in front of you are two beautifully lit, inviting doors. You're asked to pick one. What you don't realize is that you're actually standing in this massive, sprawling corridor, and hidden in the dark shadows behind those two glowing doors is an infinite hallway of other doors. The manipulator is only ever flipping the light switch on the two doors that lead exactly where they want you to go. Moving on to Module 2, Analyzing Environmental Case Studies. Let's take this out of the theoretical and into the real world, starting with the office. Imagine your manager says, hey, you can either take on this extra project or, we're going to have a tough talk during your performance review. They've just framed two outcomes that both heavily serve the company's operational needs. But look at the hidden reality here. The unoffered option is your ability to negotiate the workload, delegate tasks, or even just push back on completely unrealistic timelines. The psychology here is frankly brilliant, but totally insidious. By disguising a heavy demand as a simple binary choice, the manager effectively neutralizes your natural instinct to push back against a direct order. The pure illusion of choosing is what makes you compliant. Okay, how about in our romantic relationships? A partner comes to you with these perceived options. Would you rather we go to my family or just stay home this weekend? Now, why would someone use this specific framing? Because it is incredibly effective at bypassing your actual desires without ever explicitly rejecting them. The hidden reality is the unoffered option of going to see your family. By only putting two favorable options on the table, they completely dodge the messy conflict of saying no to you. They literally just keep your desire completely off the table. It never even gets to enter the negotiation. For our third environment, let's look at parenting. Perceived options. A parent asks their toddler, do you want to wear the blue shirt or the red shirt today? The hidden reality, the child is absolutely not offered the option to just stay in their pajamas all day. Now, actually, what's really fascinating here is that this isn't always malicious. This is actively taught in developmental psychology as a top-tier parenting technique, and it works beautifully. It gives the child the psychological illusion of control. The toddler feels like a boss making a big choice, while the adult quietly and efficiently secures their predetermined outcome, getting the kid dressed. Let's shift gears to Module 3, Cognitive Biases Driving False Choice. Why does the human brain fall for this so easily? Well, the crucial point is this. Our brains inherently associate the physical and cognitive act of making a choice with personal autonomy. The second we get to select between any two things, it artificially triggers this profound feeling of control in our neural pathways. It's an instant hit of psychological satisfaction. But here is the massive danger. That feeling of satisfaction, it sticks around even when both of those options were entirely pre-selected by someone else. The feeling of freedom itself is the neurological trap. Your brain is just so pumped to be driving the car, it doesn't even notice that someone else entirely built the road. All right, Module 4, Role Play. Let's talk about spotting the trap. Let's get you equipped with a step-by-step cognitive defense mechanism so you can spot this in real time.
Step 1, identify the binary frame. The very second someone hits you with an either-or scenario, alarm bells should be ringing. Ask yourself, wait, am I only seeing 2 lit doors right now? Step 2, withhold your immediate selection. Do not let that sneaky neurological urge for satisfaction override your critical thinking. Just pause. Step 3, interrogate the hidden options. You need to actively look past the 2 glowing choices they handed you and intentionally stare into that dark hallway to see exactly what they are trying to hide from you.
And finally, Module 5, Proactive Interpersonal Negotiation Tactics. And this brilliantly illustrates your exact counterattack. Look at the left column, the manipulative setup. Pick one of these 2 options. Now look at the right, your interrogation strategy. You look them in the eye and calmly ask, what other options exist beyond these 2? It is a literal pattern interrupt. The moment you explicitly ask for the hidden options, you force the architect of this whole trap to acknowledge the wider range of possibilities they were desperately hoping to avoid. You instantly reclaim the part of the negotiation that was quietly swiped off the table. You, my friend, seize control of the lighting in that dark hallway. Which leaves us with this incredible fundamental truth straight from behavioral psychology. Real freedom? It's not just the act of picking between 2 meticulously curated options that someone else conveniently placed in front of you. True autonomy is knowing that the full hallway was always there, just waiting for you to turn on the lights. So I'll leave you with this final, provocative thought. Now that you know this psychological architecture is everywhere, now that you know the dark hallway of infinite choices is always hovering right outside the frame, are you ever going to blindly walk through the 2 glowing doors again?